Hello everyone! Welcome to episode 36 of my Let's Build series. Today we have sort of an odd jobs episode lined up. So between this episode and the last, I did a live stream where we completed several important projects, like for example, the aquarium glass being built up all the way. That means that we can now start on our portal room, detail the outside of this tower, and also over here, as a little recap, right in the front of our palace, well, technically the back. Whatever. This side of our palace, we've completely switched out this side to granite so that we can prepare to detail this. And this has been a long time coming, so I'm definitely excited to get to work on this palace and really start adding in a lot of the key details that are going to bring this build together. First, I think we'll begin right up at the top because that's kind of what I've got in my mind right now. So we're just going to zoom our way all the way up our super tall tower and we're going to begin up here. So let's maybe get down some of these that we're going to need. Yep. Oh no, I don't need that one. I do need this one though. Okay. And we need a crafting table. I think my crafting tables are all placed in the village for decoration now. I never thought I'd ever have that problem. Okay, we'll place that, and this, and this. I think we're gonna do a trim going along all the way along this tower just to decorate it. And then I wanna have some really long windows in here. On the inside of these windows, instead of glass, we will have nether portal blocks, just to kind of give a cool effect. If this doesn't work out, we can always just add in the glass. It's not a big deal. On this side, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, but I know that we need to have a doorway, so we need to plan out how we're going to actually put that in and not make it look boring up there at the top. Something to think about for sure. Then along here, just like normal, we're going to drag these slabs across. So we've pretty much already got a detail sort of decided for this entire palace, right? We're keeping everything very, very consistent with our detailing so that this doesn't look like we've just been bouncing around like a crazy person. We know what we're going to do from place to place, we have it established, and everything will flow together. We're doing fairly simple details on this stuff, but with this palace being so large, that's just the most logical way to do it. Okay, now that we have that in place, I'm going to mark out the window. It's going to be a flat bottom window and just really tall. So, how far in do we want to go? I can't parkour. Parkour. Yes. Nope. Didn't do it. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in maybe? Maybe that's too much actually. 1, 2, 3. 3's enough. Yeah. That should be big enough. Now we'll just pillar up. I wonder how far we should actually take this. Oh, it's so hard to see. Okay, let's do that far. And then we'll go up that. And let's do it on this side. And then we'll fly away and take a little look. This seems pretty tall. And we have to remember that this part up here isn't actually detailed yet. So we are going to have a pillar of this coming all the way along here, just like we have on the other spots of the tower. It's an important thing to keep in mind because we can't go too tall because we're gonna have this. Yeah, that may actually be a little too tall now that I'm looking at it. Okay, but let's look at it from a distance just to make sure. Oh, it looks so good being that tall though. Alright, I'm gonna get the prismarine details in up here so that I can properly see what we're working with. So I'm just putting in the finishing touches on this detail that is up here. This is sort of the trim that goes along all of the towers across this palace. Keeps everything flowing very consistently, and I really like the touch of prismarine along all of the edges. So as you can see, this is cutting very close to this window, but it isn't touching it. So maybe we can actually get away with this. I'm gonna fly down again and get another look. That's actually not too bad. It does look a little strange. Maybe I'll extend that to make it a little thinner. But I think I may actually leave that. Maybe just bring it down 1 block or so. Okay, I've made some of the adjustments to the shape. I'm much happier with it now, so I'm gonna add some details to this now. Basically the same details as we did below. This is all getting very, very simple now, nice and repetitive, easy to do. So we're just going to add some lines across here, and then we're going to break each of those corners that we placed in and place an upside down stair. And on the inside we'll place a regular upside down stair as well, to kind of match each other. At the top, I'm actually going to pop this out one block over the edge. Oh dear. There we go, and break that. Alright, there we go. So there is sort of what this window on this side is going to look like. It actually does look a little bit funny right now. I think I may have to adjust some of those details. It's almost a little bit too detailed around the edge, so I could probably add something in the corners and smooth that out a little bit. But now that that is done, I'm going to actually punch out the inside and see what this looks like. And also, this means we get some terracotta back, which it's just a win-win. It looks good, and we gain some of these blocks back that are sort of painful to mine. Alright, there we go. Now that I've figured out what I want to do on one side, all I have to do is repeat it on the other two. Should be fairly simple, but also very repetitive, so I'm not going to make you guys sit through that. I'm just finishing up the last spire of our towers that I'm going to have to do, and I'm sort of having a lot of thoughts run through my head. I was listening to some music that I like, and just sort of thinking about how far we've come in this world and how hard this has actually been. This is the first single player world that I have ever built up to a size like this. I mean, this is a pretty impressive world. Maybe not compared to other YouTubers or builders or just Minecraft players in general who are out there, but comparing myself to myself, this is the best I've ever done in a single player world in survival mode. Like, the amount of prismarine and glass and just general resources that I've had to collect, I'm so happy that I've stuck with it. And as I'm sort of adding these super repetitive details over and over and over, I'm definitely being reminded of that, of like, this is hard. And although it's super rewarding and I love sharing it with you guys, I understand why I wasn't able to do this for so long. Because I mean, I've been playing the same world pretty much every week since August. That's a long time to be playing the same thing. Normally, I like to bounce from world to world, and the beginning of the game is my favorite part, so I was happy most of my time playing Minecraft to restart worlds like every single week. Get to a point where I have a starter house, and then just restart, because, you know, that was the fun to me. And I'm so happy that I've stuck with this one, because, I mean, look at our base. Look at how it's coming together. Look at all the villages we have, and the lighthouse island, and all of the plans and excitement that has come from this. It's kind of wild to me. I'm so proud of everything that I have managed to learn from this world, especially as someone who usually just builds a creative build every week and is fine with that. This is just, I'm just so happy. If you're anything like me and you like restarting worlds a lot too, I recommend trying to stick to a survival base, doing a theme that you really enjoy. Like, for example, I'm using my favorite blocks. Even though these are extremely hard blocks to get, I feel really motivated when I'm using blocks that I love. Or maybe build in a style that you love and just maybe try to stick to it for like, for like a month or so and see where it takes you. I'm having so much fun, and I really wanted to show you that with you guys. Okay, so basically I've done the main details around here. Let's not get too far off tangent. Let's take a look at our tower. With the spires, oh, it looks so much better with the spires. It's gonna look better once I detail the bottom as well. That definitely needs to be done. But that looks like a proper palace. It looks really strange as the only part that is detailed, but we'll get to that in this episode, don't worry. The next thing I'm going to do is fill in the flooring here so that I can work on the circle structures that are on top of that. And then, graceful landing. Then we can get some nether portals inside and also detail the larger layer of the tower that is right below us. This is sort of like a cake-shaped palace. I'm okay with that. I like cake. All right, there we go. Flooring complete. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. All right, before I add the nether portal in, I actually want to see what this looks like with this wall down here detailed. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think I'm going to do something very simple because this intersects with this big, massive roof. So I think I sort of just want to add a pillar. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do right here. And just pillar all the way up to the top. And then at the top, we will add our normal prismarine details, the stairs, like we've done basically everywhere else. It looks a little odd without them at this point. This trim definitely is a signature of our palace. Alright, I've gone ahead and completed a few more of the details along this wall. A bit more of a simple wall. I think I do need to add a few more details to it, but for it having that roof intersecting it, this is a pretty good start. Also, I know that's going to drive some people nuts, but I'll try and find a different solution off camera. Anyways, that looks very royal. I like that. That reminds me of something, and I can't put my finger on what it is, but I'm enjoying it. Obviously, these spires are going to look a little less spiky once we get the rounder roof on top of this. I'm not super worried about that. Anyways, I need to go collect some obsidian. And before I do that, straight into a roof. Before I do that, perhaps I should actually plan out where my obsidian's going to go so that I get the right amount of obsidian. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Also, I was just about to say it's so dark and that's such a bad idea, but too late. My bad. I forgot about that being a thing. Alright, well, I guess I need obsidian and glass now. Goodness me, that was the worst place possible for that to happen. Alright, do I have any glass on me? Glass panes? No, I don't. Alright, that's fine. I'll grab some. Honestly, is it really a GeminiTay Let's Build episode if I don't get blown up by a creeper at this point? Goodness me. Oh my gosh, look how dark it is in here. With that hole closed, I completely forgot I sealed off the ceiling. It wasn't sealed off before. This is so bad. Oh my goodness. I need lights. I need so many lights. Oh my goodness, turn around. Okay. Emergency lighting plan. We need torch spam right now. This reminds me, I have been meaning to put a window in this wall. That'll kind of fix this problem. I know this appears super, super dark on camera right now. Let's see, where's my light? Light 7, I just saw a 7. 7. Light everything up. Oh my gosh. How terrible. Wow. Okay, that balcony is dark too. Oh dear. Okay, I also just remembered that I really want this to be a place that I can drop down easily. So I'm going to place some water so that we have an easy way up and an easy way down. So it just tucked away in these little corners. So glad crisis is averted with some emergency torches, but we really do gotta work out all of that lighting, because, wow. Okay, time to fix this. Perfect. So from here we'll be able to look down into our aquarium, and it'll be a lot brighter because this wall that I'm looking at right now is gonna have a big window, which is definitely necessary. We need lots of windows in this palace, otherwise the lighting is going to be really insane, because torches just don't do the trick when you have a structure that is this large. Yeah, I mean, we can't do hidden lighting all the way along this big flat wall. Anyways, let's stop worrying about the lighting for a little bit and mark out where I want the portals to be. I think I may sink them into the ground, now that I think about it. Would they look good just sunk in like this? I'm going to mark it out fully with dirt so that I have a good idea of how much obsidian we're actually going to use. I kind of like that. And then they come up like this. And we'll go all the way up. Full length of the window. Maybe even one past the window. Okay, and some lighting up here. We're not making that mistake again. Okay, so 16 high portal by 9 across. And we'll have this in every spot. I am unfortunately out of dirt. Do I have any more? I never thought I'd be going around begging for dirt, but I guess we'll use granite. And so then we'll have another one right here, and right here, and right here, and right here. Basically the same thing. So we walk into this room and we've got 3 super tall portals and an aquarium in the middle. And then I'm thinking in each corner we can do some different fun decorations. And some of you even had the idea to make some of this glass purple so that it looks like the nether is sort of corrupting into this fish tank a little bit, which I really like that idea. So maybe I'll figure out how to make some purple dye and we can also make that work. Thank you for all of the ideas, by the way, everyone. You guys are fantastic at this game. Okay, so now for the bad news. This portal alone is going to take 50 obsidian. That means we need 150 obsidian blocks to finish this, so basically the next little while of my life is gonna be just grinding out some obsidian. Well, wish me luck. Alright, I'm back from my mining trip officially. I've collected up the amount of obsidian that I think we'll need, and unfortunately it has started to rain. It doesn't rain in this world very often, so this is kind of a cool thing to see. It's so interesting. It makes it feel so much more tropical somehow to actually have rain falling on us. But we're gonna go inside, so it's not even gonna matter to us. Alright, now I really need to make sure that I'm placing this obsidian correctly, so I'm going to start with this area that I've mapped out with dirt. And just do 1 portal at a time. Oh, nerve-wracking. Okay, let's do it. It's going to be interesting to see if this portal actually comes out at the same place as our current portal, that is way down by our starter house. I'm not sure if they will, because this is fairly far away from that. Okay, now I need to light this, but I forgot my flint and steel, so I had to go grab some flint real quick. Oh, and it's also time to sleep. Alright, flint and steel has been acquired. Time to shoot back up to the top. I can already tell this is gonna look so cool with the portal up there, but let's get it in place first. Bam! The first portal. That is so cool. Let's see how that looks from outside as like a window. Alright, the grand reveal. Oh, it's so cool! Ah, portal blocks are so pretty. Oh my goodness! That is so much better than I thought it would be. I know the purple doesn't fit in perfectly, but you can't change the color of portal blocks, so that's so cool! I'm so happy with the way that has turned out. Okay, now I'm excited to do the rest of them. Alright, let's light these 2 portals. Yes! And my math was almost perfect. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, this is so cool. I've never had a portal room like this before. Usually I just hide a little portal somewhere. I've never really tried in a survival world to make a portal a main feature of a room. This is kind of really cool. Alright, next up, this room is looking very plain, so it's time to do my favorite part, the decorating. Let's hop down and go grab some supplies. Alright, so one problem we are going to have with our portals being this large is they're gonna spawn pigmen. So this is gonna be a constant issue for us, but it's fine, it's like a accidental source of gold, right? Right? Oh, goodness. Okay, so I've brought some purple glass, and I'm gonna just kind of scatter this out along the edge. I'm not sure if I should make a pattern with it or not. I don't think we have enough room to do a really good pattern. Maybe I could do like a little bit of a swirl right here. Like 2, 3... and then curve in like that, do a little bit of a swirl. That's kind of the only spot that we have a lot of room for that. So in these spots over here, I'll mostly just kind of scatter it in. Whoop, that's a bit of lag. I don't know why we're getting single player lag. I guess it's probably the portals. Whoopsie. I thought nether bricks could be super cool to have in the flooring along here in spots, particularly around the portals, instead of having this dark oak. It still works really well with the dark oak, but I don't know, I think it just adds that little more of a nethery vibe, like it's sort of leaking through a little more. Alright, the next thing I'm trying to decide is how I want to actually detail this room. I brought some concrete, and I don't think I want to use a lot of it. Maybe just as sort of a backsplash every now and then we could have the regular kind of palace colors coming up. I'm not entirely sure if I'm in love with that. Let's try one corner fully and then I'll decide. Alright, I had exactly enough to do one corner, not all the way up. I think I would probably want to border the entire portal. And then maybe off of this we can have some birch detailing, kind of rounding this out a little bit. Maybe. Let me go grab some more concrete and then I'll decide. I decided to go ahead and add the door to our portal room because it's pretty much just a smaller version of the window design that we've been doing. And I also sort of did a base design for this room. We've got a chandelier, the ceiling isn't decorated yet, and honestly the walls are a little bit boring and could use detailing. But for now, this is definitely a very, very functional room and I love it. As a person who's never really had a portal room, this is exciting and it looks so fantastic in our palace. It makes it so much more functional. Speaking of function, I think it's time to worry about some other areas of our palace that are not lit up because it's getting really important to do so. I'm going to start with this bridge right here because, I mean, this is just where we're working right now, and this one's really easy for us to light up. All I'm going to do is remove some of these right here, probably like every second one, and although you will see it on the inside, you won't see it on the outside. We're just gonna pop a sea lantern in here, and then all we're gonna do is cover this entire thing over with carpet. This is something I literally never have to think about in my creative build, so it's kind of fun to actually have to think about this stuff, like how stuff is gonna be lit up and where mobs are gonna be able to spawn. It's scary to have them spawning in your world, especially creepers, so I'm really glad I'm getting a hang of figuring out these light levels and making sure that my base is safe. Alright, I think we've been working up in this tower for long enough in this episode. I want to actually go around my base, and I've got a couple more spots that need windows punched into them. So I'm going to go through at the end of this episode, punch a window right there, and a window at the side of this big tower. That's going to hopefully help to light everything up as sort of a rough way, just to help us get some natural lighting in while I'm working in those areas. I'm not sure exactly where the window here is going to go, so I'm just going to sort of make a little bit of a slit right here. Just open it up a little bit. That'll help me be able to see what's going on in here. As you can see, we have to build up this big tower really soon, and there's mobs spawning right there. So, kind of scary, kind of ready to get this all covered up. Today's comment or question of the day comes from Karen Maret, who says, you could make a furnace room on the Sandcastle Island. Then you would have a reason to come here lots. Really loving your episodes. You use my favorite style, tropical. Thank you so much for the comment, Karen. I agree. It is definitely good to have a function in areas like our tropical island over here, because obviously our main base is this palace, so we want to have a good reason to hop over here and spend lots of time in our gorgeous tropical village that we're spending so much time on. I think my plan for this is to have our mob drops come up over here. So, as you guys know, below this dolphin statue we have a mob farm. The drops right now are pretty useless. They're down in our mine shaft. If I had a system that brought them up into one of these houses, then I would definitely have a good reason to come over here, besides this place just looking pretty. I think we can probably come up with a few more functions for various areas, but that'll be a good place to start, so thank you for reminding me of that, Karen. Thank you to everyone who left so many amazing kind comments on my last episode. I really appreciate it. You guys never fail to remind me how amazing of a community that I have. I can't believe it. You are all so amazing, and I'm so grateful to have you guys here with me, and I'm so glad you're enjoying this world. Anyways, with all of that said, thank you for joining me once again on this episode. I hope you enjoyed the creation of our portal room, and don't worry, I will get rid of that nether portal that's behind me right there, now that that one up there is fully functioning and ready to go. Don't forget, if you have any more suggestions on things that you would like to see in this world, I always read my comment section, so please don't forget to put them there. I can't wait to read all about all of your crazy suggestions. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!